Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to start what God has put in my heart with a beautiful song of prayer, the old Sanskrit prayer. Asudama Satkamaya Tamasuma Jodikamaya Mrityuma The meaning of this song is, from untruth, lead me to truth. From darkness, lead me to light. From death, lead me to life. This song, when I was early, under 10 years, I was put up in a Hindu temple just for food. Because every evening the priest will offer some food to poor children. My parents thought that at least I could have some food so that I can survive. It was during the Second World War time. My parents were so poor, and we were 6 children of them. And survival was very difficult for us. So in that temple, I was left out by my parents. And every weekend or once and twice in a week, I used to go to my home. And all other time, I stayed in the temple and was serving the priest there and started to learn the mantras and memorized it, not knowing what it means to me. That was my practice. Because I thought the more I recite the mantras, the priest will be happy about me and he may give more food. That was my intention. And it happened. He really paid an attention to me. In this young age, how smart this boy is, picking up every mantra what I say every morning. Sometimes he will use me while he is chanting mantras during the prayer time. He used to ask me to chant along with him. So I thought I was a little priest under him. And people who come for prayer, they will tap on my back saying, very good, in this young age, how you say the mantra. They are very happy about that. Sometimes they give a little money, sometimes some bananas, sometimes some coconuts. So that was an additional food for me. That's how I was brought up in the Hindu temple. And when days went on, the priest asked me whether I would like to learn more mantras. I said yes, I got some interest in that. And whenever he taught me any mantra, very easily I would grasp it, and immediately I will confess that mantra to him. And as I was growing in my knowledge of learning the mantra, that's simple. Even then, I did not understand what I said because it was in Sanskrit. My mother tongue is Tamil, and I never studied Sanskrit. So I could only say the mantra by memorizing it, but not knowing what it meant to me. I was brought by the Brahmin priest. So many people think I am a Brahmin. I am not a Brahmin by birth. My parents were Christians, but they were nominal Christians. They did not have any knowledge of Jesus Christ, and they never taught me anything about Jesus when we were struggling for food on those days. And that's how when I was left in the Hindu temple, I thought I must be a Hindu. And the parents' love were given by the priest to me, and that's how I was able to live in the temple. The days went on, I studied Sanskrit at school as an additional subject along with my other subjects. There I found some meaning of the mantras, what I have been chanting all these days. The first mantra I was taught is about the confession of sin. Pavohum, Pavakarmohum, Pavatma, Pavasambhava, Rahimam, Pudadikaksha, Sarva Pava, Hari Hare, Manasa, Vasa, Rastapya, Dehinam, Pavinam. And that mantra means, I am born in sin, Pavasambhava. I am born in sin, Pavakarmohum. I am a doer of sin. Pavatma, I am a sinful self, Pavohum. So I am a sinner. How I commit sin? Manasa, by my thinking. Vasha, by my words. Astapyam, by my look. Dehinam, by my physical body. So totally, I commit sin through all my body, spirit and mind. And then it goes on. Kundalikaksha, oh God, Mam Prati, I am unable to get rid of these sins. Hari, God, Hare, save me from all kinds of sin. Sarva Pap Hari Hare. Hari does not mean a name of a Hindu god, and Brahma does not mean a Hindu god. All these names were identical names. When I say Brahma, it means in Sanskrit creator. When you say Hari, it just means God. When I say Ishvara, it means mighty God. When I say Sarveshwara, it is Almighty God. So every language, according to the language, they gave some name to God. When I became an evangelist, when I was in Lebanon, I was invited by some people there. This was a very small country. And I was taken to an Arabic church where the main language was Arabic. I was asked to preach in English, and one interpreter was with me. And he was translating my message in Arabic language. During my message, I said, God is great. And my interpreter said, Allahu Akbar. So I was worried what this man is unknowingly what he is shouting, because this is Lebanon. Most people are Islamic people. So. And again I looked at him and said, God is great. He said, Allahu Akbar. When he said, I am translating your message. God is great. Allahu Akbar. When I say Allah, it's not a Muslim God. In Arabic language, Allah means God. That's all. So it is we people give names to religions. We make religions and we make gods also. Many people in Asian country are very devotees. And whole of Asia, I can say, is a country where you can find so many religions, so many philosophies, so many Gurujis, so many people, learned people who make so many groups of philosophers. So this is how in our country we have a lot of, especially in India, a lot of people, most of the people are ideologists, scholars. Even an uneducated man can be a philosopher. Sometimes when I travel by train, I used to go to the railway station in Madras city. And a group of porters who carry the things of other people for wages, they will be sitting and chatting with each other. One day I stood near them and observing what they are talking about. And one man asked him, how the smoke comes? And the other man gave an answer, because there is fire, there is smoke. The other man said, how can smoke come without fire? So this is a philosophy among them. But they will spend at least 2 hours on speaking this. And one man said, the small pot made up of clay. And he asked me, how this pot came into existence. Another man said, this is made up of clay. Can the pot come without clay? No. With clay, the pot will come. And do you think clay and the pot are one? And then, yes, without clay, you cannot have a pot. Clay and pot are one. Then he said, when I pour water on the clay, it absorbs. But when we put water in the pot, it never absorbs. So can you say both are same? So this is philosophy. This is the philosophy. Everybody has something in their mind and put it out, and finally it will become a philosophy, then a religion will be formed after that. Then one person say, is God exist? And he'll say, yeah, without seed how a tree came. Then the question comes, is tree first or the seed first? Who created it? God. How come God exists? Who made God? If somebody made God, he is God. He is not God. So this is what the Indian people always have in their mind, to make religions and also make so many gods. And I left the school by 10th standard. I was so I was thinking so what I'm going to do here afterwards. And it was a question in my mind that how I can prolong my life. So I asked my guru, what shall I do now? I asked so many questions of him. The first question was, why the names of the gods and goddesses in the present Hinduism are not found in the ancient Vedic scriptures? Number two, when so many gods and goddesses are there, why people suffer? What is the root cause for sin? What is the remedy for sin? The third question was, if I die, where my soul will go? These are the three questions I asked the Guru. And he said, you go on your life and the days will answer you. That was the answer he gave me. And according to the Vedic scriptures, what I have brought in my book some years back, the song which I sang before you, Asogamasa Gamaya, was taken from one of the Upanishads called Brihadaranya Upanishad, and in which says, this prayer, if this prayer is true, the devotee asked God to lead him to truth, to lead him to light, and to lead him to eternal life. That's the prayer goes to God, and God has to give him the answer. This is the way, this is the light, and this is the eternal life. And this God shows him, man cannot find the truth, man cannot find the light, and man cannot find the way to eternal life. So I was suffering on those days, and I asked my Guruji, why I am suffering now? He said, perhaps it may be by your karma. In your last birth, you might have done some mistake or some sort of sin. That's why you are suffering now as a man. And if you do some good things, that will be accumulated for your next birth. So next birth you may get rid of. Sometimes you may get rid of. If you do some more sins in this life, that will be added to your account, and it will grow like anything, and you have to take many forms of life and death. So every time when I think of this, I used to think, what was I in my former death? What I did in my former birth, why I should suffer now? What I shall do to get rid of this? And what I will be in my future life? Can anyone of you say, what were you in my former death? Or can anyone of you say what you are going to be in my future birth? Nobody can say that. But it was a law, it was a theory of the atheist or agnostic religion of Jainism and Buddhism. Because they never believed in God, when somebody asked what will happen to the soul, they have to give an answer. Say, put the blame on fate or rebirth. Every time I have to born again and again. So when I was reading one Upanishad, there was a story. The young boy, a very young boy, he caught a butterfly and took home and started to pull the wings and legs from its body. It was a play for him to torture that butterfly. Seeing this, an elderly man just wanted to warn him, saying, "You naughty boy, if you do like this, you will be born as a butterfly in your future birth, and this butterfly will born as a boy, and he will pull your wings and legs." Then the boy said, "No, sir, I would have been born a butterfly in a former birth, and this butterfly would have been born a boy, and he might have put my legs and wings, that's why I am taking revenge on this guy." Why don't we think like this? When telling this story, the Guru asked the little boy, the disciple, "What do you learn from this story?" And that man, the disciple, answered the Guru, "I do not know what I was. I do not know what I am going to be, but I know what I am now. If I do not have a chance to get rid of my sin and enter into the bliss, what is the use of taking so many births and so many deaths?" The song goes like this: Punarapi Marana Punarapi Janani